Hey everyone, STT here, back with another Magic the Gathering Arena deck feature. I kind of mentioned wanting to do this in my last Magic the Gathering live stream, where I started seeing a bunch of cards coming out of Edge of Eternities that seemed to be good for a +1/+1 counters deck. So I've gone in and built that here. Um, I was thinking of maybe building a standard deck, just to play around, particularly with the cards that were recently released. And I switched around a little bit. I've now made a Brawl standard that is legal not just for the 2026 cycle, but should be legal for quite a long time. I've limited myself a bit here in that every card in this deck is from Foundations onward. And out of principle, I've also not included any of the Final Fantasy cards. That's a whole other story. You don't need me to go into it. Um, but so this has, Foundations and Aether Drift and Edge of Eternities and what's the other one that's gotten recently released? Duskmourn. There we go. Uh, oh wait a minute. Actually, should I have plus? I actually think Lush Protocol might not be a card that I need to keep in here. And actually, same thing for Restless Prairie. All right, so my lands are not Foundations onward. I've just now realized that. But everything else should be. Everything else should be. I think I did my lands as a tweaking effect after playing a few matches with this, and that might be why some of those older lands are in here. But I mean, sticking with standard, it's actually quite hard to do Selesnya in terms of mana fixing. At least in terms of your land space. However, everything else is done pretty well. Since it's a +1 punches counters deck and I've limited it to Foundations onward, I don't have Bristly Bill in here. I don't have the Ornery Tumbleweed, whatever that armadillo is. I don't have Sovereign Okinakahu. So it's a very limited deck. I will give it that. It's not super high power, but I've played with this a few times now and it's fun. So I wanted to show it off, and hopefully y'all think it's fun as well. Commanding the deck here, we have Haliya, Ascendant Cadet. When she enters, I can put a +1/+1 counter on any creature. When she attacks, I put a +1/+1 counter on any creature. And whenever a creature with a +1/+1 deals damage, I get to draw. So she's a good little value engine there. Again, a little bit more dependent on being able to attack. But I have attacking options in this deck, even if it's not her, so I can get some of that card draw. Not a ton of surprises, I guess. If you're going back into Foundations, you've got Good Fortune Unicorn, you got Wildwood Scourge, you got Felidar Retreat, which is in Foundations if I recall correctly. Obviously, I have the Zendikar art on this one. Doubling Seasons in there, Primeval Bounties in there. Yeah, lots of fun stuff from Foundation. I'm trying to think what are some of the other fun. Honor is one of the new ones. You saw me having that use in the draft a lot. Let's see, Glidecar's Aether Drift, got some mascots in there. There's Tarkir, Aether Drift, Dockworker Drone, another new card. Let's see, transfer counters, which is nice. Oh, and I should say, Bulwark Ox is, I think, a card that a lot of people sleep on. The sacrifice to give Hexproof and Indestructible is amazing. Especially because I have another card in here, Scout for Survivors, that can even get my Bulwark Ox back from the graveyard. Smile at Death also works on Bulwark Ox, so you can have some nice protection going on in here. Dual Sun, this is new from Edge of Eternities. Also gives me card draw, which is nice, because there isn't a ton of card draw in the deck. Let's see, that's some Tarkir. This is not a +1/+1 counters card. I just included it because I like it. It's lifelink. It's showing off the station feature. It's a nice anthem. It's got flying. And it only costs 2 to play. So this is just popped in. Biosynthetic Burst. This is your generic green combat trick. Nice card is Neshin Hornbeetle and the Ooze. Synchronized Charge. Snare. Snare has actually proven to be some pretty good interaction, as well as giving the +1/+1 counters thing. So I like that. There's the Scout for Survivors. Sarima. I've got several legends in the deck. Not a lot. Actually, I think it's only Caradora and Lagorin from Aether Drift. But they are a fun pair. So yeah, getting them out is always nice. Felling Blow. I actually hadn't even played with Felling Blow before, but I do like the bite effect, especially because the +1/+1 counter is there. When I think Dry is more card draw, it depends on deaths, which is not as fun. Mossborn Hydra is in there. This has been a beast in a lot of Standard and Pioneer, with that landfall doubling effect. That's wild. Terra Symbiosis you saw me drafting with. Again, card draw, nice. Warden of the Grove, Velocipede, there's a retreat I said again. Drix is surprisingly good, at least in the draft environment. That warp for 2, put a +1/+1 counter on, and then use it to station something, it's great. And being in green, it's not too hard to get back up to the 4 cost that you want. You'll notice I don't have any mana dorks in here. I don't even really have any mana rocks. So again, when I was talking earlier about mana fixing being an issue, it is. High end, Elspeth is in here because that 0 cost. WotC was insane for putting that effect as a 0 cost ability. That's just, I don't know what their thought was there. It's, yeah. Smile at Death we've already talked about. Doubling Season we've talked about. Weftblade Enhancer has it's kind of like a larger version of the Drix Fate Master, basically, because cost is 1 higher for the warp, and you get to put another 1/1 counter on. Then there's of course the lands, which I now realized are not rotation indifferent, but it's a fun deck. As I said, I've played with it a couple times already, done a little bit of tweaking, so let's go play some games with this and we'll show it off. Let's see, that's a Final Fantasy card. Squall Seed Mercenary. I need to double check what that thing does. Okay, I have a 2-cost warp. I will happily take that. Gets me another creature out. Oh, no, another... oh no, it's only when it dies. Okay, so maybe that wasn't the best move. We will put Fabled Patches out instead then and get a Plains. There is another white creature, if I recall, that does create a token when you warp it. My memory might be tricking me there. Whoa! Okay. This is a Reanimator, I think. Yeah, got a Reanimator deck here to worry about. Warp is not going to help me right now, so we're not going to worry about it. Gains life. Oh, there's our Bulwark Ox. That's nice to have. Alright, let's put the Rayblade Trooper out. We get a token on it. So next turn we can do the Ox and an Honor, which will be nice. Actually, let's do the Honor first, before anything else happens. Okay, yep. Let's get the Ox out now. And attack. Hopefully we draw. If I can Doubling Season into Elspeth, that'll be insane. All I need is another land and I can do both. Not in the same turn, obviously, but if we can beat out their Reanimator, that would be phenomenal. I'm not scared of 1. They're untapped. I'm not going to defend that. Not going to defend that. Okay, we don't quite get what we want, but Neshin Hornbeetle and Dockworker Drone, this is gonna... The +1/+1 counter storm begins. One or more. Submit 2. There we go. Re-attack. Everyone gets a +1/+1 counter. Again, I've limited myself by the sets that I've let myself build this deck with. If I had proliferate effects in this deck, things would get insane pretty quickly. They apparently have an instant that they could use right now, and they're not. Or they're just AFK. They could just be AFK at this point. Yeah, I'm thinking they're AFK. Well, at least I got to show off what this deck does. As we wait for the timer to go down. Hello, Miss Kai. How are you doing? My cat has decided to join me here. Gotta get her scritches in. What you doing, babe? Well, do you want scritches or not? Cats. They are wonderful. They are an enigma. Oh, they're playing. They're actually playing. Now, they've got enough out here. Whenever she enters... Oh, that's fine. What's your other ability? That's fine. Now they're tapped out, which is going to make... Oh, here we go, here we go. This is going to get mean quickly. 5/5. 5/5. 4/4. They can't defend against any of these now. It's all just chump block time. There we go. Now here's the thing. They could wipe my field right now. Or attempt to. If it's a mass exile effect, I can't do anything. If it's a destroy effect, Bulwark Ox can save the other 3. Return. Okay. Okay. See, that is ward, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. Okay, well, looks like we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Elspeth. Sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. So what we're gonna do... Not... under its own control. Oh, it's not even at the end of the turn! That's rude. Alright, 1, 2, 3... resolve. Oh, it's tapped at least. We're done. Thank God it comes in tapped. Yeah. We win. Alright, who are we playing now? Ooh, Sabsunan. Okay. Sabsunan is a really interesting commander. Because its dual effects thing makes it interesting to try to balance. Obviously, if you build your deck right, you can build it so that you just run away with things. But if things go off kilter, then you won't be able to do anything you want to. We'll see how this goes. I'm sure they're probably going to want to ramp. Ooh, okay. Okay. What do I want to do? We're going to do Terra Symbiosis because I want to be able to draw. I'll play District Mascot and instantly be able to draw, which is nice. 3-tree Scrog. What are you doing? Okay, yeah, we're gonna want to get rid of you. Actually, so I could play this now and draw and hope to get another land. Or just know I get another land. Or know I can play this, I should say. Let's get rid of that. That's annoying. 3-T Scrog. Now, do you give... No, you are not a mana dork. But they're very close to playing their commander here, which is not fun. And they can do it next turn. Guaranteed now. So I can start scavenging. Yeah, we're going to. We're going to draw, honor. Okay. Let's scavenge your thing here. Not gonna do that. Actually, I can do that if I want to. I'm gonna save it. See what happens. Earth Crystal. Okay, green spells cost less to cast. Okay. And it doubles counters. Yeah, of course. So if I do this, let's see, let's hope we can draw. Oh, no more land! Yeah, okay, let's draw again. There's some land. Let's put this guy out. Removed from this. No, that doesn't. Oh, I can saddle and do stuff, but I'm not going to. I can crew and defend if he tries to attack, which is nice. Alright, so there's that. Now, can't block unless it has even. Then odd is when you draw two. Okay. Okay. Really? Okay. Alright, so let's see. What can I do here? We're going to Good Fortune Unicorn. And we'll draw again. I like being able to draw. Let's scavenge here. Let's see. This thing can block right now. And actually with this effect, it's always going to be able to block. Now it doesn't have Vigilance, so that's what I'm going to have to worry about. If they end up giving Sabsunin Vigilance, then I'm in trouble. But unless they... Because I've got the same attack power they do, and more life. That's actually quite good right now. But if I draw 5, I can only really play 1. And I would have to discard stuff. So we're not going to do that just yet. We need a little bit more land out before I can massively gain that sort of stuff. Okay, they are attacking. Awesome. That means I can attack back next turn. Come at me. Come on. If I can play Primeval Bounty, that'll start undoing... Well, they're gaining 2 each turn. I'm going to have to start defending at some point, and with that trample, it's going to be hard. Fine. Alright, that's problematic. That's problematic. Let's do you. And actually, I'm getting counter from that. Yes. Thank you. Still can't do a ton. I could do this if I needed. Could do that if I needed. We're going to go from my graveyard. We're going to saddle you. And just attack now. So here's the thing. Biosynthetic Burst I'll be able to defend with next turn. If I so choose. I mean, yeah, I'm going to really have to buff up my defense quickly here. Or if I can just swing and kill. That's the other option. Okay. Because Lagorin can help with that. Alright, you're getting a lot of value out of that. Single move. Yep, yep. Is she actually a frog? She is, yeah. Witness protection. Okay, we are doing this. I draw. Oh, Mossborn Hydra. Okay. Wait, it's not... Oh, it's not hexproof. Okay. It's not hexproof. So if I play this, I should be able to draw 2, which will hopefully give me a land, and I can... Oh, it's not going to help a lot. Alright, so there's that. I don't like that. So I need to defend with at least 3 coming up next turn. Take action. Scout for survivors is nice. Let's do that. It's not going to help me right now. Yeah. Double strike. Yeah, I'm going to attack in the air here. And we are going to saddle with this. Yeah, we're going to now attack in the air. 1. Oh, you're not a mount anymore. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay. This is going to be an 8/8. I want to keep this around, honestly. Once you tap on one, we'll put a stun counter. Oh, and it's going to do double. Oh, if he stuns both, I think that's it. Are they going to do the smart thing and stun both of them? Yeah, okay, that's it. Oh, I guess I could have tapped that and played that to save me there. But I don't think I would have had enough to go in on them. Balin the Haymaker, okay. I just realized I haven't played my commander at all this entire stream yet. Alright, we're going to do this. Going to... Do I want to get the Neshin Hornbeetle out, or do I want to get, like, the Warden... Actually, I think I want to get Warden of the Grove out later, so let's do this for now. It'd be nice to buff our little mascot buddy, but I think this is better long run. I think. Okay. Ooh, okay. I think I Warden of the Grove first here. Now, let's see. Are they willing to make the trade? Or do they want their mana dork? They want the mana dork. That is fair. Oh, okay, okay. Here we're gonna have some fun. Another +1/+1 counter. We do this. We do the same thing that we did before. Do you want to trade? Chump block! Okay. Gives me a damage. Yeah, it's not to creatures. Target player. They tried to do the creature. Alright, I can't activate this ability. Alright, so this is going to be interesting. I want to keep drawing at this point, so I think the first chance I get to get Haliya out, the better. See what they can do here. They are thinking of it. There we go. Yep, they need that to stop the Hydra from damaging them. And there's Balin. Alright. Oh, here we go, here we go. Doubles. Leah comes out. We are putting on you, I think. You are getting this. We're saddling you again. Attack with this. Oh no, I think my opponent's given up at this point. Unless they have a field wipe. If they have a field wipe, they could use it now. I've got multiple plays I can do if they field wipe. But they're in trouble. They're very much in trouble. And I don't need to go wide yet, although I can if I really want to. Hello, Miss Kai. You back for more stitches? You're too far away. Ooh, okay. They're looking to do damage. Maybe. What we got? Honor. Okay. We will honor on what do I want to do here? There's a lot I could do. We're gonna do Surima. For Caradora. Gonna play Neshin Hornbeetle. And actually, at this point, let's create a token here. We will station. We need 5 more. We'll do that. They all have indestructible. Actually, I don't even think I want to attack with you right now, and I don't. So we're just going to... Yeah, you get that. And these two... Gave them the trample effect. More power! I'll take some damage from this, but that's okay. I'm doing damage, which means Haliya's ability gives me a draw. And actually, I don't take damage because they don't die. I play this. I could draw now if I wanted to. It's a sorcery, so you know what? Yeah. Surima's getting the counter. Oh my god! Okay. 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 This is just rude now. They need a field wipe to finish me off. If they need a field wipe to stop me from finishing them off. That's the better way to put it. 18. This Hydra is such a terror. It really is. And I've seen some, obviously with Final Fantasy in particular having dropped, there have been some nasty landfall decks that have been built recently. Ooh, hello. Draw creatures with the greatest power among creatures you control. Okay. You've got trample now as well. Your tokens do not have indestructible anymore. Lagorin Swordmaster, that's fine. I think. Yeah. Ah, go ahead. Take out half my life. I don't really care. And yeah, there you go. I win next turn anyway. Well, yeah. That's my new +1/+1 counters deck. Selesnya, now that Edge of Eternities had been released. Let's go back over and look at it some more as we finish the stream off here. Yeah, so here again is the deck. We didn't even really get to see everything that it can do. I barely used any of my Tarkir cards like Due to Beyond Death or Smile at Death. I don't think we drew it. We drew it. Didn't really use either of those. Didn't use this at all. Although, again, you've seen some of the drafts by now. You know how good that is. This is also really nice. As I put counters on other creatures, it gets them. So, really fun deck. And again, it could be a lot better than it is if I actually built it toward the entirety of Standard. But yeah, it's fun. You just saw me straight unedited win 2 battles and really do well in the third. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I'll remind everyone, do all the fun YouTube stuff. Hit like if you like the video, ring the bell, and hit subscribe if you want to see more like this. I have a bunch of deck features in my deck feature playlist. And I have a link in the description down on my Ko-fi if you want to support me playing Magic the Gathering or any other of my video games, because it is very appreciated. And with that, I will see y'all later. Bye!